Good evening all, and very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender show. We're back into Friday. Would you believe the weeks are flying, the time's flying. You don't know whether you're coming or going. It's just unreal, especially when you've got a little bit of time off. How fast do those days fly over? I can't believe it. You know, when you're in work and they're so slow, what is it? Minds over matter? I really don't know. But yes, we're fresh. Back from our interview with Gary and Colin last Sunday. Hope you enjoyed it. The lads were brilliant. Still tired, but Gary was lucky enough to go away to Turkey, so he's lapping it up. But I had to laugh. He put a message on there saying, no word of a lie, God's honest truth, he said, the missus has got him walking about 30 miles a day, and that's what happens unfortunately when you go on holiday. You're seeing all the sights. I can imagine his legs. I really can. So the headmaster here that Gary kept calling me, I'm sure his wife has taken over that now and saying, no, we're walking here, let's go to the market stores. You know the way it is, guys. I hope you're enjoying your holiday in Turkey. Well, we're talking about glorious weather. We have a different sort of weather, don't we? It's red hot, but it's stifling at the night time now. We've got no air conditioning in our homes, have we? They're not built for them. So as the windows open and if there's no breeze, dear me, the sweat is pouring off us and we just don't get to sleep. Well, I don't anyway. I know some will just love this and say it's not hot enough. Others can't bear it, staying at the home, in the home. Even my sister, she suffers with asthma. It's no good for her. And there's a lot of people that we have to respect who have illnesses that the heat is affecting. So we all have to be aware and look after these people also. Especially if you're playing football as well. Dear me, I know quite a few games, or what we're talking about, training. The training sessions were cancelled due to extreme heat in the night time. Now we're seeing a lot of that lately. As long as you've got loads of water and the kids don't run too much, you just have tactics, because you have the weekends, and I'm sure there'll be water breaks. Referees will be right onto that one, especially with the kids now, because it's getting too hot. You've got to keep your eye on the goalkeeper as well, because the heat stroke gets to them. They need loads of sun cream. Mums and dads, be responsible. Put the sun cream in the bags, your bag, and make sure you put it on them, or they put it on themselves, and cover every part, because boy, it's going to be hot when they're on. Loads of water. Doesn't matter how much water, just throw it on them. Keep them cool. As long as they're enjoying the football and it's not too hot, they'll tell you anyway if it's too hot. And if they can't breathe, it really is stifling, then that is down to the managers and the referee to make a decision. And I'm sure they'll be responsible on that one, because they won't want the kids to suffer as well. The adults, they'll just get on with things. They'll be very hot. They'll go and have the drag on the cigarette on the sideline and a little bit of water, and they'll be back on there, no doubt, saying it's hot, isn't it, sweating. Anyway, that's the way the adult football is, and they'll just go on and on and on. But wherever you are, I just hope that you're enjoying your games of football. Loads of tournaments coming up, I know there is, and you're going to be hot, basically, so be very careful. And maybe we'll get one or two. I think it's this weekend. The heat wave is lasting too, but we can't complain. You know, winter is just around the corner, folks. Make the most of it, because we'll all soon be moaning about the snow, the ice, the fog, which I hate anyway. I'd rather have it like this than that weather. I know plenty would rather have the cold weather. That's the way we are. We can't pick and choose. We just have to grin and bear it and get up with it, and whatever the weather offers us, we have to get on with it and make do and fight whatever's put in front of us. Unfortunately, that is life. But we can also excuse me, help others to do the same thing. Now, I'm just glad, I really am. This would have been our final day. We would have been sweltering. It would have been so hot. Even yesterday, Wednesday, the heat wave come there, it was hotter than what we had it, and I was burnt to a cinder. God knows what it would have done to us if the lads had been out this weekend. It would have been just unbearable, I assure you, because I was bitten by insects. I don't know what they were. I called them horseflies. I don't think they were. They were like a moth, and they just sat. If anyone knows what they are, malatotextline.com, and they just sat on there. You couldn't feel anything biting into you. As soon as you flicked them off, the blood was coming out, you just knew they were feeding off your blood. But I'd never seen them, I don't know what they were. Horseflies really do sting. I know that, they're big red things, I know. The worst than wasps, they go in and boy do they bite. But these things, no, maybe it's another, I don't know, mosquito style, I don't know, with wings. It was just like a moth, as I say, unless we've got vampire moths now, I'm not too sure. They're only tiny, brown in colour, light brown in colour. So watch for them, because it was in the country, plenty of cattle around, so obviously we know that's what they're feeding on, all the cattle as well. They can't say no to them, they just have to grin and bear it. They can't chase them off, except they swish the tail, but it all depends where they are. But at least we know where they are. But just be careful, whatever insects are coming in now, I'm sure the mozzies will start flying into us now. You can see that, can't you? Landing somewhere, because our weather is getting a little bit hotter. But as you say, fantastic. I'm glad we didn't do Hadrian's Wall. And here's the passport as well, and it's all stamped, everything's stamped. We're made up with them, you know what I mean? You probably can't zoom into that one, but just to say there was 7 stamps fully completed. Yeah, you can drive around and do that. What was the purpose of that one? We had to walk, we had no minibus either, so someone had to come from Liverpool to pick us up on the final walk. As you all know, the minibus broke down, so it was a case of having to walk those last miles. We've done a little bit extra because that's the way the journey took us. And boy, I can't emphasise enough and tell you enough how refreshing that Briffic orange and lemonade was, ice cold, when we got into the pub. Yes, the pub stamped them to pick them up, myself and Paul. It was brilliant, but do you know what? It was a team effort. We've got me, we've got Paul, we've got Gary, we've got Colin, we've got Peter, we've got Rob, and I think that's everyone, isn't it? Is that everyone? I haven't left anyone else, have I? I'll go through them again in a minute, because I'm not going to let anyone else. There were 7 of us, and we all fought Hadrian's Wall in our different ways. Do you know what? And it was immense. It was immense. It was brilliant to watch the lads doing this. It really was, because they kicked on, they pushed themselves, and it just shows you when someone's got something on their mind, they'll go for it. They really will. You know, it's willpower, and boy, was that fantastic. I'm sure every one of us enjoyed it. So that's what it was all about. That was our challenge. People are asking me already, what's your next challenge? I think I've really, I don't know, I think we've completed. We've got to make them easier challenges, certainly for the lads anyway, because they're asking, because that was tough. It was tough for me as well. I'd never go back and do Hadrian's Wall, although 1 or 2 of them are talking about going back and doing the middle part of it. It's like in 3 stretches. The middle part was just unreal, I tell you not. Hills like that, climbs, gorgeous views, but the first 2, the first and the last, it was just like going through town centres on concrete, and that's what it was, and a few fields, farmers' fields. So it's just one of those things that we all got together and we all mastered it, and we all had a lovely time, and the bonding was brilliant. Do you know, when you go out, it's like when you go and you've got a course to go on, and then you're on your own, you go in there and there's 10, 15 people, more or less, whatever it is, you've never met in your life before. You do a 3-4 hour course, whatever it is, through the day, and then before you know it, you're really bonding with everyone. Everyone's talking to each other. It's like you've known them for a while. Well, we've known each other for a while, but the bonding was just unbelievable. The hotels we stayed in, great, relaxing. But we didn't really relax. That was part and parcel of it. Lack of sleep. We got a good sleep on the last day, got a really good breakfast. That kept us in good stead. Obviously, you all know what happened with the minibus. We don't know what it is, because the church lent us that one, but thankfully it was our lads on there. No one was injured, but it could have been a lot of kids, could have been a different driver who did not pull over. Our driver pulled over, we checked it, we knew the damage. The engine could have blown up according to the AA. So we were rather lucky, and we managed to finish the war. That was the main thing, because as I say, the emotions were very, very high. And what more could you say? What more could you say? The emotions were intense, and as far as I'm concerned, we made it. We all made it, and that is the difference, you know. That is, the messages we were getting right the way through, because we didn't get into around about 10:30, 11:15 in the evening, but hey ho, if it was 3 o'clock in the morning, we completed it, and that was the difference. We've done that in 3 days, 85 mile in 3 days, and I think it was just over. Now we've got differences about people saying it's 70 miles, 72 miles, 73, 74 mile, 80 mile, 84 mile. We went for the 85 mile. We think we've done it the proper way. We don't know whether everyone else, but even if we've done every one of them, so it doesn't make a difference whichever one that we did do. As far as we're concerned, we completed it. The Team DXTL Hearts of Gold initiative completed it. You can still donate. We still will have challenges. As I say, it remains to be seen. I'm a little bit late on this one. I don't know what. If you've got any ideas, you know, let's be reasonable. Obviously, marathonTextiline.com, and we'll look into them, no doubt, for the team. But we've always got team members who can do it now. Karen today, Karen Wood, another member of ours, she was injured, carrying a little bit of an injury, and also she had COVID when we done it over 3 weeks ago for the team. Now she couldn't be with us. She apologised. We wanted her there. We wanted to make a full strength team, but she stayed and she carried on, and she put her booking in for the 12th of August, which was today, and she's completed it. Wow, well done, Karen. Now we're trying to get Karen in to talk about her journey, because Karen was on her own. It was horrible to go on her own, but she seems so strong and nothing phases her, and she was part of the team. She was out there raising money for the kids suffering with mental health issues and disadvantaged children in society. We want to try and help them. We want to build this into a big charity, and Karen is part of the team. She will do anything, but I assure Karen she won't be alone next time. We're all together, part of the team. She went there and she had a Heart of Gold t-shirt on, and I'll get her a photograph, the best photograph done on the t-shirt, to remember and remind her of what an achievement that she has completed while she's been out and about today. She could have done a million things, but she decided to go on and do this, and she had the same instructor as myself. So there you go. Wow, what a day for Karen. She's successful, she's done it, congratulations. And if you want to fund her, please go on our GoFundMe page. You can find it by just typing in on Google DXTL Hearts of Gold Initiatives. It'll come up, you'll see the big golden heart, DXTL Hearts of Gold Initiatives, and just donate what you can. The team have done it. They've done Hadrian's Wall, Karen's done the skydive, tandem, 15,000 feet, free falling for 1 minute. It is, honestly, it is tough if you've never done it before, but I'll guarantee you, I know Karen is going to go back up there. That didn't faze her whatsoever. I could tell when I first met her, and she said, I'm up for it, I've always wanted to do it. She's done it. There's a part of her bucket list that we've helped her to achieve. Well done to Karen. Well done indeed. You've been absolutely unreal. Thanks very much for joining the team, the Heart of Gold. Well done to what you've achieved, and hopefully if we can get it in to do tomorrow's show and talk about it, that'll be even a higher feather in my cap, I assure you, because we'll have it fresh off the pot. We took our time and just getting the lads in now because we knew we had a double challenge that we've successfully completed. It's hard, and they're all involved in grassroots football as well, would you believe? That is part and parcel of it. That's where we want to take you to. We want to try and build the charity for the grassroots football. Kids are all suffering, there's lots going on, and we want to try and help if we possibly can. We're building up a really good team. Watch out for this Heart of Gold initiatives. Give us a nice like, subscribe to our channel, DXTL TV from the Touchlines. We would love it, absolutely love it, if you could just subscribe. It's free on YouTube, do it. And also, you can listen to SoundCloud. We have shows on Friday, Saturday and Sunday, normally 7 o'clock PM at night, talking about grassroots football. Well, we'll be talking about grassroots football very soon indeed. We're just getting our charity things out and about. And don't forget, we are going through, sifting through the Respect Awards initiatives that we've done as well for Done Cross the Line. And that's 2021-22. We're doing that, we're going through. There's some really, really good ones, and we're hoping to pick a major winner and another two as well. First, second and third prizes that we're putting up from Don't Cross the Line and the Respect campaign. Well worth it, honestly, and good luck to the one person who will be the outstanding referee of the year, and also to the other two being recognised, but loads have been recognised. Honestly, well done to the nominees, well done to everyone who was nominated. You've been brilliant, taking the time out, but everyone can't win, and unfortunately if you don't, then commiserations to you, but thank you very, very much indeed for putting that person forward. It's been a pleasure reading some, and there's some emotional ones, some unbelievable ones, and we've had one or two that is just great ref. You can't go really off that. We need a bit of oomph in it. So there's plenty of votes that's come in, and it's a successful campaign. Again, once again, ref support, ref for me. Thank you very, very much. They've been supporting our referees, and you can get your games off them as well. Go onto the website. Tristan will help you out tenfold. He's been immaculate, he's been brilliant. They sponsored this event for the 2 years running. We have a major one next year. It's going to be big. It's going to be the Respect 20th anniversary. Well, Don't Cross the Line, 20th anniversary. So what will we expect? We're looking for a good one, and you can all get involved in that one, and we're hoping to have a Managers Award as well. So there we go, we've got 3 minutes of the show left, so let's talk about football. If you're out and about tomorrow, have games of football, then please, on a Saturday, make sure that you take Respect with you. Please look after the referee as well. Without the referee, there is no game. And we want to talk about a little bit about these fees. Everyone knows that I'm a referee supporter when it comes to verbal abuse on the sidelines. We want that, our zero tolerance towards that. We don't want the referees bullied, we want the referees to be part of the football family, and we want them to enjoy the game just like the kids and the parents and the managers and the coaches and the committee members want to enjoy the game. But there's always those minority who will try and ruin it and make sure that they give that referee hell on the sidelines. We don't want that. Most of them are kids as well, 14 years of age, just taking their course past it. They've done more than ourselves. They know the rules, they're only learning the rules, the laws of the game should we say, and they need support off yourselves as well. If they've just got out there, they're going to be very, very nervous, going to get a lot of new referees, so we need to support them. But what we're saying is we need to cap this fee for referees because everyone is confused. Tournaments are coming up, we're talking about referees being on £15 per hour. I'm not even on £15 per hour, and I do support work, moving into care work, and believe me, we can get verbal abuse, we can get threatened, we can get punched, we can get kicked, we get spat at, we can get swore at. That is an everyday occurrence, it can be, but we're not recognised by the government in price rises, and then your referees are saying, well, we deserve it because the abuse that we get from the touchlines. But you are protected by your county FEs, even if you don't think they are. It's assault, you can get that. We're not protected in our jobs in that. We have to sign for it and we have to go and do it. Believe me, it's tough and we're not on that much. We have to do that much paperwork as well after every game. You have to sign that card, give it into your league committee, and it goes from there. I'm only asking referees now to be fair when it comes to payment. Where do we draw the line? There is organisations out there demanding that the referees get every single penny. They deserve it. But what we're forgetting about is your NHS nurses who probably are on £15 per hour, and the abuse that they get and the work they do, the people they save, what they get. But it is a lot of abuse. I think we're undermining the nurses and these support work sectors. I think when we see posts like "we deserve it, we need this," they're not thinking of the bigger picture. They're not. We are really getting slaughtered, and it's annoying me now to see that people are coming in and referees are overpricing games. We need the county FA, we need the FAs to cap it and make it fair for every single person out there, because the kids and the parents, they have to pay for all this as well. It's coming up their pockets. Some of these families are struggling, we know it, and some of these coaches who don't get paid are voluntary. They have to go fundraising, do bucket collections, they have to go around not food banks, they have to go around a million places to try and raise funding to keep the kids going, because they have to buy the kits and you name it, everything else. So if people do believe that those referees are really need to be £15–20 an hour, then I think you really need to think, look at the bigger picture, look at the NHS nurses, and we're not comparing them, but we're just telling you what they go through as well. They get verbal abuse day in, day out, 24 hours a day. Referees can go out and pick and choose their games, but some referees are also looking at games, taking a game, and then someone else is offering them a bit more money. They're dropping that game and going to that game. You can't do that in nursing, you can't do that in support work, care work. We're not grumbling, we can't go on strike, but we need to be part of a football family, and we need to put this wage structure into perspective. We need to look at it in bigger detail, and your FA and your county FAs need to look at it like that. And if you say you can't compare referees to nurses, to care workers, to support workers, why not? Why not? The people they support, wow, can be very unpredictable, I assure you, and they have to go on and do 24-hour shifts. That's my thoughts. Your thoughts will no doubt come to me, matt@don'ttexttheline.com. Get them in, let me know your thoughts on that side of things. I'm on the referee side when it comes to verbal abuse, aggressive behaviour, racist comments and bullying. We don't need that. We need to keep our referees within the game, but we also need to keep teams in the game. So we don't want to overprice them, price them out the game. We need to make football fair, grassroots football fair, and I think that's down to the governing bodies to make a stance. We'll be back again tomorrow evening at 7. Thanks for tuning in. And myself, Mal Lee, and all the team here, the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line, Respect campaign, and our Hearts of Gold initiatives. Well done to Callum Wood. Success, skydive 15,000 feet, free fall for 1 minute, superstar. See you tomorrow at 7. Good night, God bless.